So in today's video, I want to go into depression. Now, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I've not done any training or anything like that. So everything I speak of, I do from experience. I may not have all the qualifications, but I live with depression, and I've looked into certain aspects of it online using the Office of National Statistics for reference. In 2018, there were 6,507 suicides. Suicide being the ultimate end when it comes to depression. Depression can get you to the point where you feel there is no turning back. Out of those 6,507 recorded suicides, 3/4 of them were men. Now that brings me to conclude that men's attitudes towards depression need to change. Now, for many, many years, we've been told we got to man up, be the man, brush it off, just deal with it. And in certain ways, that's been damaging to us as human beings. Now, whilst I'm very much of the connotations of be a man, be masculine, I truly believe there's nothing wrong with being masculine and being a man, even if society thinks differently. But that's another subject. In this day and age, to man up means something totally different now. To man up means to, deal with things head on and seek the help you need. I touched on that in my last video. Now, depression, it is a mental health condition. It's a hidden disability, and it can be very debilitating, depending on how badly or otherwise you can control it. Some control it by medication. Some control it by talking to people. How you deal with it is entirely up to you. There is no one size fits all for everybody. We're all built differently. The very fact that we're in the position we're in and have the condition we have goes to show how differently we are built. But along with the mental effects of depression, there is actually a physical effect. Now, I'm speaking purely from my own experience. You may well have experienced things that are totally different. My experience of depression when I'm at a really low ebb is internally I feel like I'm sinking. Starts here and works down. It's like a vacuum, if you like, drawing down, winding you at the same time. You can find it a difficulty to breathe. I'm not talking panic attack scenario of breathing. Just it's a little bit more laboured than usual. Another way you could describe it is, you ever tried putting a jug upside down into water? Well, that top layer of water, if you put it flat on the water, it doesn't allow the water in. It builds up a pressure. You imagine that, but inside your body. And that's exactly what your body's doing to you. That's how it feels. So there is a physical element to it. But the thing is, when you're at your darkest ebb, you feel that you're alone. That nobody else in the world knows what you're going through. Okay, to a certain degree, the actual specifics, people aren't going to know. But the only way they can help is if you talk to them. I know it may feel really a lonely time. I've felt it myself. I felt that nobody can possibly understand how I'm feeling. Nobody can possibly understand what's going through my head. That's the weird thing with depression. You feel alone, but you're not. Because there's so many millions of other people that you come across in every walk of life that have gone through or are going through the same feelings. It may not be for the same reasons, but it's the same feelings. Now, back last year, I had one of a few mental breakdowns. I've had several, and I'm now man enough to admit it and take ownership of the fact that it's happened. So my first port of call, after years of fighting against it, was to undertake counselling, and of course sort my medication out. The medication that I'd been on before hadn't really done anything apart from muck me up even more. So I spoke to the doctor, and they put me on something. It's a bit different. Doctors will do that. They will try and help you find the medication that's right for you, if that's the route you wish to go down. Medication is not for everybody, but for those of us that it is the right route, there's many different variants we can try, and many different strengths. So just because one thing doesn't work doesn't mean to say none of it's going to work, as I've found out. But as I said, I undertook counselling. Now, I'm in a fortunate position where the company I work for have a very good mental health program. I'm very lucky. I'm extremely lucky. I'm very privileged in that respect. So I was able to undertake it without incurring any costs. Now, this was proper one-to-one counselling session. Sit on a sofa, the counsellor sits in a chair opposite you, and you start talking. You think at times that what you're going to say is just going to be ramblings. You think that it's not going to be any use, but you never know. So counselling is worth trying. Other options are CBT therapy. Again, something I've been through. But the thing is with depression, if you don't get on top of it, it will swallow you whole. It's come near to that for me on several occasions. To the point where I've been planning to top myself. down to the minutest detail of how I was going to do it. On one occasion, I attempted it. Needless to say, I failed. Hence why I'm here today, obviously. And in a way, I'm glad I failed, because it's led me to learn lessons on how to deal with things. On another occasion, I subconsciously tried to take my own life. Didn't plan it, didn't think about it. It was just a subconscious thing. One minute I was on the road, next minute I was heading towards a river. It may not have been enough to kill me, but the subconscious intention was there. So I sought help. Now, all of these things that I've discussed, all these issues, and I'm going to touch one by one in different videos. I'm going to do a video on counselling. There'll be a video on what I went through with CBT. There'll be a video on suicide and suicide attempts and thoughts. All of these will be videos of my own, incorporating my own experiences. So if you found this video somewhat helpful, please subscribe, which will allow me then to carry on sharing with you my experiences in order to hopefully help. You never know, it might be you I help. I don't know. Until the moment happens, you won't know. So until then, just take things steady. Look after yourself. Cheers, guys.